We'll call the meeting of Tuesday, May 12th, 2026, North Liberty City Council to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Fortney. Here. Leibold.
Here.
Park.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Wason.
Here. There's no changes to the agenda, so I would entertain a motion for approval of that.
So moved.
Second.
Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Moving down to the consent agenda. Anyone have any issues with anything on there before we? Then I'd entertain a motion for that.
I'll move that, Brian. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. Moving down to item number 5, which is public comment. Time for members of the public to talk about anything that's not having a public comment section on the agenda. So anyone like to come up at this time? Seeing none, we will move down to the engineer report.
Thank you. Just one update tonight on Forever Green Road in Jasper construction. Based on last week's construction meeting, I just wanted to give you an update. The contractor will start paving some temporary roadways at the end of the month, end of May, beginning of June. As you know, maybe if you've been out there, all the work's sort of been north on Jasper at the moment, utilities and grading, but starting in June, they will get that temporary paving in, and we'll start to see vehicles being detoured kind of around the intersection. They'll start working on the northwest, northeast quadrant of that roundabout. And then once that starts, it'll just kind of be constant detour pavement, and as they move around that quadrant of the roundabout through the rest of the summer, and I think the substantial completion goes through fall. So it's been pretty easy at the moment, but coming up next month, it'll start to get a little more dicey, a little more detours and activity. So that's the plan going forward in that project. So there's any other questions on?
Just had one quick question. Do you know, I saw something about the DOT and the ramp at Penn Street.
I am not up to speed on that.
Okay, so.
I can look into it. Do you?
Yeah, we can. I hate to speak right now. I saw the same thing, and they're ahead of schedule. I know that, so the closings are going to happen sooner. But we can get specifics for you.
Yeah,
the ramp closure.
I didn't remember the dates and stuff. So, but it seemed like it maybe is pretty soon and stuff.
Yeah, I think the first closure will happen in early June.
Okay.
But I say that I will ask you to let us bring back the most accurate information.
Any questions for our engineer? All right, moving to the next item, city administrator report.
Okay, thanks. I have 3 things for you this evening. First, this Friday, we'll be releasing the request for qualifications for the construction manager at risk process of the firehouse project. As you'll recall, this project only includes the demolition and reconstruction of a new firehouse. It also will include expansions at Water, at Water and at Parks and their maintenance shops to help us co-locate the fire department while the construction of their facility is going on. So a big project, and we anticipate multiple qualified contractors to submit qualifications. As you know, we are in the process of going through the bond sale with the 2026 bond sale with additional action slated for tonight. One of the things that Tracy and I will be doing next week is sitting in on a rating call with Moody's. We do this before every sale, and we have a good conversation with them and our financial advisor, and then eventually they issue a rating before the sale of the bond. So that happens next week. And then lastly, I would just mention that we're currently, with the month of April, past us, we're looking at all the data for our water and sewer utilities and looking at modeling those in terms of revenues and expenses so far this fiscal year. That'll help us bring back a proposal to you for rate increases that would be by ordinance that would potentially start. The ordinance reading, the first reading would be at the next meeting in May. And this, again, we've talked about this, but we have some pretty significant projects coming up in both water and wastewater utilities, capital projects. And we'll talk about that a little bit more when those ordinances are in front of you. But we're working again with our internal team and our financial consultant to put together the best data and projections in front of you for the next meeting. That's what I have tonight. Mayor Pro Tem, unless there are any questions.
Any questions? For
Ryan, when you're going over financials with the billing, are there exclusions to high and low years? So high usage years, I know the last few years we've been drought, so probably high usage, I would guess. And then springs like now when we're not drought would be lower. I mean,
Yeah.
fluctuations.
We are evaluating that, and we are seeing that. In fact, I just had a meeting this afternoon. We won't be hitting we most likely won't hit our revenue projection for this year because there's significantly lower water usage, despite our growth.
Right.
This rain has stopped a lot of people from using the sprinkler, which is okay from a water usage standpoint, but it does impact revenues then. So we are looking at that, and we'll be able to talk about that information with you when you see the full spreadsheet.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to mayor report. We have a couple proclamations today. And, whoop. It is sunny up here. Starting with Older American Month proclamation. Whereas North Liberty is home to a thriving, active community of older adults who deserve a recognition for their contributions and sacrifices to ensure a better life for future generations. And whereas we are committed to helping all individuals live longer, healthier lives in North Liberty and have made it a priority that the city facilities, sidewalks, parks, and other public spaces are accessible to people of all abilities, so residents of any age and families as a whole can enjoy North Liberty events and amenities together. And whereas the Johnson County area offers many social service resources and safety nets for older adults, including transportation for independence, lifelong learning, nourishment, in-home support, and public safety, while living proximate to an excellent medical care provider network and access to housing for stages of life. So our community of older adults with diverse interests, needs, and abilities can live and thrive. And whereas North Liberty staff cultivate opportunities for older adults to gather and socialize for exercise at the North Liberty Community Center during regularly scheduled activities and special events such as this fall's Johnson County Healthy Aging Fair on Wednesday, September 16th. And whereas in recognition of Memorial Day and in appreciation of our members of the military who gave the ultimate sacrifice, the city is hosting a free Civil War history presentation and performance by former Iowa Assistant Attorney General Pete Grady titled Unconditional Surrender, a visit with Ulysses S. Grant at the Hy-Vee Center at Centennial Park on Friday, May 29 at noon. And now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Brian Wason, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of North Liberty, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2026 as Older Americans Month in the City of North Liberty, Iowa, and urge every resident to take time to celebrate older adults and the people who serve and support them as powerful and vital individuals who greatly contribute to the community. So, you want to come up and say a few words?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Wason. Jeff Kelbach. I'm with the Johnson County Livable Community for Successful Aging Policy Board. It's a mouthful, so we call it JCLC. This year's theme, Champion Your Health, focuses on prevention, wellness, personal responsibility as cornerstones of healthy aging. It encourages taking an active role in managing your own health, advocating for yourself, accessing preventative care, and making informed decisions that support independence. We're pleased that North Liberty is joining us in highlighting the importance of individuals championing their health. I just wanted to point out real quick, as a resident of North Liberty, very proud of the programming and services that there are available to older adults in this community. I know that hasn't always been the case. Angela McConville has set up some really nice programming. The 55-plus programs that have been going on for many years and have been continued on by Corey and Shelley. They're tremendous. I see people coming from other communities because it's so well done. The North Liberty Transportation Assistance Program, boy, it has really helped out a lot of folks. A lot of older adults that I have worked with, folks that I don't work with. It's just been a huge godsend to just really making sure people can get to appointments, getting to vital places. And I just really wanted to say we have the Healthy Aging Fair. It's going to be coming up again this year, September 16th at the North Liberty Community Center. We did this last year at North Liberty Community Center. I'll say once again, Angela it's such a great facility as it is, but Angela has just made it so much easier. Maps, figuring out how much space we have, just been so easy to work with. We've done this event for several years, and this last year was just awesome. Just real quickly going to point out a couple other events through livablecommunity.org. You can find these things for our JCLC website. Tomorrow, May 13th, there's a presentation, Eat Well, Simple Nutrition Strategies for Healthy Aging. That's going to be done by Susie Roberts, who's a dietitian with the Iowa State University Extension. That'll be 10 to 11:30 at the Health and Human Services Building, 855 South Dubuque Street in room 203. And then next week, there's an art talk with Amanda Lensing, Artists in Aging. That'll be at 10:30 via Zoom. All that stuff, once again, livablecommunity.org. They can find all that information. Just once again, thank you all for all your help. And I will be looking to come out and talk with you guys. We have been wrapping up our community-wide survey and putting together an action plan, and look forward to presenting that to all of you and giving some feedback of what we found out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Like a photo?
We will, but I don't know if we have some other people that want to talk real quick.
cool.
So.
Sorry, it's Angela McConville, Special Projects Coordinator for the City of North Liberty. And I did just want to mention Corey Braze, again, our Assistant Adult Librarian, who has taken on the 55 Plus Connections group and really grown it from a listserv of probably 50 emails that I had to thousands of people on her newsletter that she sends weekly. So I encourage you guys to sign up for that because there's something always going on in our community for the older adults. And I do have handouts because older folks like something that they can put on their fridge. And while I'm not quite 55 yet, I still go to some of these things. So I'm going to pass them around.
Yep. You want to say a few words, sir? You want to be in the picture? Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks for all your work.
These guys take this. Oh.
What?
You guys.
Scoot in a little bit. Great, thank you so much.
I'm getting closer.
My professional background is I'm a gerontology, so and various. Right, moving on to our next item, which is a proclamation for Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Whereas Asian American and Pacific Islander, which is AAPI, Heritage Month, is observed annually in May to recognize the history, culture, and contributions of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the United States, and whereas AAPI communities represent a rich diversity of cultures, languages, and traditions, and have contributed significantly to the economic, educational, cultural, and civic life of our nation and local communities, and whereas in the North Liberty area and the greater Iowa City region, AAPI residents, families, educators, and organizations contribute meaningfully to community life, fostering cross-cultural understanding, and whereas local organizations and community-based educational and cultural groups play an important role in advancing cultural understanding and engagement, and whereas AAPI Heritage Month provides an opportunity to promote inclusion, mutual respect, and appreciation of the diverse perspectives that strengthen our community. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Brian Wason, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of North Liberty, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2026 as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month in the City of North Liberty, Iowa, and encourage all residents to recognize and celebrate the contributions and cultural heritage of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. You want to come up?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Weizen. And good evening, everyone. My name is Donglin Chai, founder of Midwest Chinese Academy here in North Liberty. On behalf of Midwest Chinese Academy, our students, families, and community partners, thank you to the city for recognizing Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. North Liberty has undergone a tremendous transformation, evolving from a small town into a rapidly growing and increasingly diverse community. While the local Asian population was very small in the 1990s, today we represent more than 4% of our city's residents. But the true story of North Liberty isn't found in statistics. It is found in real families, growing friendships, and everyday moments of belonging. For example, in my 4-year-old child's preschool class of about 20 students, there are already 3 Chinese children. Every morning, the teacher warmly greets us with "Ni hao." It may seem like a very small gesture, but for immigrant families, moments like this mean a great deal. They tell us, "You are welcome here." At the Midwest Chinese Academy, we are honored to foster this same spirit. Whether through school year or our Chinese summer camp this June in the North Liberty Rec Center, we help local children and families build cultural understanding through authentic conversations and community partnerships throughout Johnson County. In Chinese, we say 谢谢, thank you. And tonight, we sincerely thank you, the city and this community, for helping families from many backgrounds feel seen, valued, and connected. 谢谢.
Thank you.
Another picture. She's like, no, the picture. The shuffle is on.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I'm just mesmerized.
Focused on.
All right, moving on down the agenda to council reports. So I have a few things, so I'll just kind of start and we can work our way down the line. So first of all, I met some very nice North Liberty residents at the Cystic Fibrosis fundraiser walk on Saturday, so we appreciate all the North Liberty who were there to support that. And after that, it was big rigs, and so I got to see quite a bit of that. And I was really amazed. Some of the staff were really engaged and having a great time talking to the public. Today is International Nurses Day, and we have, several hundreds and hundreds of nurses in our community. So happy Nurses Day to them. It's also National Police Week. And so I'd like to just kind of give a shout out to our police department, and then the Johnson County Emergency Management building is in progress, and they're pouring foundations. So it's going. So that's all I have.
I, as current board president of Better Together 2030, had the opportunity to go to the city of Tiffin. I want to thank Tiffin's mayor for inviting me and some of the staff to talk about our initiatives and pillars to some of his council members as they take a look at joining our initiative. So I want to thank Tiffin's mayor for that. I'll echo the Police Week and give credit to the hardworking men and women of our now accredited North Liberty Police Department.
I attended the Toast to Business award ceremony for Greater IC. Remarkable Rigs event. I love this event, and so thanks everyone for putting it on. And I thought it was really cool to see the Jaws of Life in action on a car there, and hopefully, some of that cool stuff inspires some future recruits to service. Also, still maybe hoping for the National Guard to have some fun with us on that event. And so if anyone out there is listening from the National Guard and have a spare helicopter, I'm sure the kids would love to see that. And I'd also take the opportunity to thank Liberty High art teacher, Miss Daner, and her art class for helping us with our arts and culture program survey. We were lacking a little of youth participation there, and she stepped up to help us with that. So we love having input from the youth here. So the more the merrier as far as that goes. And then I would say on May 20th, there's a blood drive at Bulldogs in North Liberty for EMS week. And so there'll be a fire truck there and EMS staff, and it should be fun and for a good cause. So that's what I have. Thank you.
I'll go next. Brian, just to echo some of Paul's comments, I attended the Toast to Business. I just wanted to say congratulations to all the recipients of those awards, and thanks again to Greater Iowa City for hosting such a wonderful event. I attended the OS 14 golf outing. And I just wanted to say thank you to the Skelly family and the OS 14 board. The main purpose of that golf outing is to bring awareness to the importance of mental health. And so we can never have enough of those opportunities to encourage folks. They need help to find it. And it's just another great community event. So thanks to that. And then not quite nurses, but also a very important part of our community. Last week was Teacher Appreciation Week. So I want to make sure that we recognize those who have taken on that responsibility to care for and teach all of our children, whether they be pre-K all the way through high school. They play an important role, and I just wanted to recognize their efforts. That's it for me.
Okay, so I also attended the Toast to Business, and it's really nice to see Greater Iowa City, recognize the input that small businesses give to our communities. And congratulations to all the businesses that were involved in that. I attended an affordable housing bus tour through Johnson County, which hit on Iowa City, Coralville, North Liberty, focusing on the successes and organizations and programs that help to focus on helping people achieve home ownership through affordability and different resources available for that. So that was pretty interesting. On Saturday, I attended the Habitat for Humanity Women Build groundbreaking ceremony dedicated in honor of Liz Swanson. It's a woman build, and it's really exciting. I'm planning on volunteering for that. So if anybody is interested in volunteering for Habitat for Humanity, they're always looking for volunteers for those things. And then I took my grandson also to the truck show, and that was awesome. Lots of he was climbing in and out of everything. So it was really great. And it was a pretty good turnout, I think. So, and I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Moving down to the next item is the 2026A bond sale. And first item on that is the public hearing on a proposal to enter into an essential purpose loan agreement. So we'll go ahead and open the public hearing on that. Anyone wishing to talk about that? Or Tracy, were there any?
No.
Yeah. Okay, I think we will then close the public hearing on that item. Item B then is a public hearing on proposal to enter into a general purpose loan agreement. So we'll open the public hearing for that. Anyone wish to speak? Tracy? Nobody? We will close the public hearing on that. Now we'll move on to resolution number 2026-46, a resolution taking additional action on proposals to enter into loan agreements and combining loan agreements. Entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. So Ryan, could you just give us a little?
I'd be happy to. The resolution in front of you is the standard part of the borrowing or bond issuance process, really setting everything up for the sale of the bonds in early June. The reason, as I mentioned in an email, the reason for two public hearings is because there is a difference between essential corporate purpose and general corporate purpose. And if you're interested, sometime you can Google it, or I'm happy to share with you the definitions, because what you might think is essential, the state oftentimes defines as general. And so general purposes are more difficult to borrow for than the essential purposes like streets and sidewalks, et cetera. That being said, we're taking the steps to do that, and tonight is really the first step in improving the resolution, and then you'll see Tiana here in early June with the results of the bond sale.
Thank you. Any questions? All right, can we have a roll call, please?
Leibold,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Courtney,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
All right, motion passes 5-0. Moving down to next item 11, Eastern Iowa Productions LLC preliminary site plan.
Thank you.
First is Staff and Planning Commission.
Thank you. So this is a preliminary site plan. This property is located on Stoner Court, just east of Herky. And the proposal is for a little over 12,000 square foot building addition, and then another building of just over 25,000 square foot, and also related infrastructure. Total property is 5.52 acres. This is for EMS Detergent Services. They manufacture and supply cleaning and detergent products. I know it's always nice to kind of look for and receive, large economic development projects in our community, but really, I continue to believe that local businesses and local business expansion is the lifeblood of our economic development. So it's really nice to see kind of an industrial area of an expansion that we don't see too often, just because we don't have a lot of industrial. So it's nice to see this area thriving and this business thriving as well. Just kind of there's the site plan that shows the building addition, and then the new building to the kind of the south of it. And we don't have any objections to the request, and there was one finding, and the Planning Commission accepted that finding and unanimously recommended approval at its May meeting. And I know John Marner here and Dan Hayes with EMS is here as well if you have questions about the business. But great project. We're excited about it.
Thank you. Applicant presentation, anything you want to?
Good evening, John Marner with MMS Consultants, representing the applicant and the owner. Nothing to add to Russ's comments and presentation. I would just say one additional item. It's a phased construction project, so the first phase would be the building expansion on the existing building, and then the second phase would be that new building, a larger building, and some additional parking as part of that. The stormwater detention would be expanded, again, to accommodate that additional impervious area. And I'll let Dan Hayes speak a little bit about the business itself and what each building will be used for.
Thanks, John. Good evening.
Evening.
If I was a little younger, I'd be able to use to do this off my phone, but I have to have these big cards, so. As John said, my name is Dan Hayes. I bought EMS detergents in January of 2009. We were a small janitorial supply company at that time with 6 employees, operating out of an 8,000 square foot building on Herky Street in North Liberty. Unlike most janitorial supply houses, as Ryan mentioned earlier, we also manufacture many of our clean products in-house. So I'm very proud of that. We service customers pretty much in the whole state of Iowa. Once you get past Des Moines, there's not a whole lot past that, but we got a few customers and then halfway into Illinois. As the business grew, EMS added another 4,000 square feet in 2017 at the Herky Street location. But over time, and we were no longer able to expand, there was no more room on Herky Street. So we searched for a larger location in North Liberty, and that's where in April of 2027, we moved around the corner on Stoner Court and bought a 22,000 square foot building around the corner from there. With this new addition, or this new building, there's definitely room to expand in the future. And today we have 28 employees, including 5 in our Des Moines office and 1 in our Cedar Falls warehouse. So the request for the expansion is simply to support EMS's continued growth. So thank you for taking the time.
Well, we appreciate your investment in North Liberty as well.
Dan, we don't, Mayor Pro Tem, if you don't mind, we don't get many opportunities like this, especially when current owners in our community come in and want to do an expansion. You were just around the corner, and you stated in your comments you only looked in North Liberty. What is it about our town that can help bring synergistic partners to you? But what drew you to North Liberty, and what's keeping you here?
Well, a lot has to do with the community. I mean, obviously, this has been 15 years ago, and the community was a lot smaller, but still, it does offer a lot. I mean, we support the food pantry in North Liberty, and obviously, we have a lot of customers between Reds and Tin Roost and Pizza Ranch and so forth and so on. So we have a lot of different places. The school district is also one of our customers in town. And then, in the fact that where it's located, and to be honest with you, even 15 years ago, I fell in love with this building that we're in now. It's just a nice looking building. I knew it had a lot of potential for expansion, and land's not getting any cheaper, so it's easier to expand than it would be to try to go and build something brand new from the scratch. So easy off the interstate. I mean, we go to Des Moines all the time. We go to Peoria. We go to Cedar Falls. We go to Davenport. So, I mean, it's just got a gas stations right there. So there's just a lot of positive stuff about North Liberty. And Ryan said we'd have 30 years and no property taxes if we extended. So, just kidding.
Well, we might have
But anyway, I had to throw that in.
But he's getting me back because I made him speak here. Here in
Yeah,
PNC,
last
so
week.
I deserve it.
Yeah, John said, no, you just stand there, don't do anything last week. Well, I didn't know I had to get up there and talk, so I was a little off guard. So this week I was a little more prepared. So, anyway, thank you.
Congratulations on your continued success, and we're glad you're here. And yeah, congrats.
Yeah, I was just going to echo those same comments. And congratulations, best of luck, and continued growth. Thank you for the investment in the community. And to Russ's earlier point, this is the one of the backbones of making this type of investment. We appreciate that, and just recognize the opportunity to spread the good word about North Liberty to others that are interested in a similar approach or are interested in moving here or bringing their business here. Because we appreciate it, and we recognize that.
Yeah. And thank you. I will say that Ryan's been awesome to deal with. That plays a big part of whether you want to stay in a community or not, and how much you have to fight to try to grow. And so, thank you, Ryan, for working with us. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is C, Resolution 2026-47, a resolution approving the preliminary site plan for I-380 Industrial Park, Lot 12. I would entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Do we have a roll call, please?
Park,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Fortney,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Moving down to the next item, 12, Green State Credit Union Parking Agreement. It was resolution number 2026-48, a resolution approving the permissive use agreement for parking between the City of North Liberty and Green State Credit Union. Could I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Anybody have any questions?
What's the purpose behind needing to codify this?
So we are, Green State has offered to let us have the use of their parking lot, but in that process, we've agreed, they've asked that we indemnify, so any damages that are incurred by virtue of our using or for our event, they want us to make sure that we're on the hook for that. Seemed a very reasonable ask, but it does require counsel if we're going to be on the hook for something like that. So,
excellent.
Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Did you have anything, Nick? Or okay. Thank you to Green State for helping us out because there's a lot of events coming up this summer. So it's been moved and seconded. Do we have a roll call, please?
Wason,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Fortney,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Moving to item 13, on-street parking resolution. Item A, resolution 2026-49, a resolution approving the parking control devices in the City of North Liberty, Iowa. Would entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Anybody have any questions, or we're just tweaking a place that kind of got out of?
Yes, we had a citizen that lives on the street question why we are asking us to consider restricting parking to only one side, and that is consistent with our current policy, so it was unclear why we had sections where you could park on both sides. So we sent letters to all the residents that would be affected and did not hear anything from them, which tells us that it's supportive. And so the areas that are kind of in that magenta would be the new areas added for no parking. So it kind of curves, so it's hard to say it's on one side, but and then we would still maintain it along the curve there just to keep that blind spot open. So,
Cool. Thank you. Any other questions?
And did I see you mailed out correspondence to everyone in there?
Yep.
So everyone should have ample
Yep.
opportunity to weigh in on that.
Absolutely.
All right. Can we have a roll call, please?
Wason,
Aye.
Fortney,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Leibold.
Aye.
The motion passes 5-0. Moving on to item 14, purchasing policies, resolution number 2026-50, a resolution approving the purchasing policy for the City of North Liberty, Iowa. I'd have a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. So you guys want to talk about this now?
Sure, this is a small change in terms of the section of the policy that's being requested to be changed, but what it does is it allows us to pay catering and beverage vendors immediately at the new Hy-Vee Center, and especially with alcoholic beverages, those vendors are not allowed to give 30 days. They have to be paid when it's delivered. Oftentimes, most recently at the street dance, we pay them up front, and then for whatever we don't use or what's not open, we get rebates back for. So it's just going to make doing business at the Hy-Vee Center a little bit easier for our team here.
Any questions?
Just a comment. I was happy to see, part of that policy is making a good faith effort to purchase stuff from North Liberty businesses. That's great.
And that's an existing policy, that part is existing, but thank you.
Yep. And appreciate you just kind of giving us a ballpark range of things, just so that we had
Sure.
some idea where we're at and stuff. So, any other questions? Roll call, please.
Park,
Aye.
Fortney,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Moving on to item 15, Hy-Vee Center staffing. Discussion and possible action on making the Hy-Vee Event Center lead position full-time.
I'll kick us off, but I'll say that Nick Burgess is here and can speak on this, and Alexis Miller, our HR director, is also in the room this evening and has been a part of some of the struggles we've seen with trying to hire a part-time person for the event lead. What I'll say is that we've had numerous discussions internally. It's clear that the Hy-Vee Center is a success. We're booking events, as you saw as recently as today with the Gin Blossoms being announced in September. So we're having great success there. In our initial thought, probably pushed by me, was let's get a revenue stream before we start bringing on additional full-time people. But what we're learning is that in order to get that revenue stream, we really need to have some additional folks. We need to invest early or invest now so that we can see this facility grow in terms of programming and rentals. I think I will leave it there if Nick has anything to add or Alexis has anything they want to add.
You have any?
Yeah, I'm happy to answer any of the other questions. We've offered this job as a part-time job 3 times. We've posted it twice, and we're really struggling. Our team is really busy, and we're trying to do the things that we are been doing in the past and add this new facility and all these new large events. And so I think the concern, we need to get that capacity in there. And we're concerned that we're just not going to be able to fill that long term at all with a 29-hour-a-week position. We're conscientious of the budget impacts, and we'll continue to be thoughtful. We have event assistants that we're using sort of to fill in some of those events, and we've been sparing in that as well. So we've got the capacity. We need the capacity, and we're thinking about how to do this. I think this will bring Angela some additional capacity to do some sales, particularly for some of those weekday business rentals. That's where we've got a lot of space right now. We've got a lot of weddings on the books. We've got a lot of graduation parties on the books. But we just need somebody to sort of help do some of that advancing, take some stuff off of her plate so she can do some additional sales, and just give her some weekends off too.
Anybody have any questions or?
No questions for me. Just a few comments. Maybe, Ryan, you and I talked about it a little bit this morning, just in our one-on-one, but this is really an opportunity to invest ahead. Is kind of how I see that. And from the beginning with the Hy-Vee Centennial Center, there's been a commitment to do it right? The facility is top-notch. The grounds are top-notch. The effort and support behind it are top-notch. Now we need to make sure that we have the staffing do it right. And so that's how I kind of see this opportunity and this request or this ask. So just wanted to comment on, appreciate you guys, or the team, working through some of the, and now recognizing this is an opportunity to invest ahead. Let's do this right so that we get it right from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And what was the budget implication?
It was right around $30,000, yeah. And that's not accounting for any potential new revenue that we think this position could generate.
So I guess, Ryan, that would be my question for Alexis is this competitive salary range? Because to Brian's point, but 2 things. Brian's point, we want to do this right, and we don't want somebody to come in for a year, spend all the time to build relationships in sales, and then maybe go somewhere else. That's one. And then Ryan, I'm appreciative of the conservative approach that you took and saying, okay, let's try this, get some revenue in, and then grow it. And then the staff's openness and willingness to come to the boss and say, this isn't working and it's failing us and our team. That's okay. That's okay for directors to be able to do that. And I appreciate the approach to come and say it's not working, and for it to be successful, these are the things that we need to do. So stop rambling, and I'll ask on the range, are we confident that this is going to get someone that we can maybe hold on to a little?
So right now, the position was posted for the 29 hours a week with part-time benefits, which include time off, sick leave, does not include health, vision, dental, IPERS, the extended benefits that you have from being a city employee. The current wage is posted at $18.50 an hour. Given our current labor market, we are in a competitive market. That alone, without benefits, that's a tough sell. We're trying to look for high quality individuals to stay in the facility while there's not tons of staff there, right? And we want to ensure that safety and that people are being held accountable for their actions there and be appropriate in the needs if there is a response needed, and keep the people safe and the facility safe and clean as well. So with that, I mean, we have our wage range that we're at. But given the dynamic in the labor market, there's probably going to be a future need to expand that wage to capture a larger audience for qualified people that we're looking for.
I guess I would just mention part of what makes North Liberty so great is already the incredible amount of events that we already do that you guys are busy with and that you knock it out of the park. You know, every time. This to me is a no-brainer. Also because of what, has been mentioned before with, you only get one chance to make a first impression. And while people will probably be forgiving, let's get someone good in there, take some of the strain off all the stuff that you guys already do. And even having said that, I know that there's an incredible need for volunteers from the community too, from us, from the community, to make sure that this all goes off, because it's one of the coolest things to happen to North Liberty. And all these events that are coming in, I'm so excited about, including the most recently announced one. So just an opportunity to plug that we do need volunteers from the community also for these events, but having someone full-time and to Brent's point, making it competitive right off the bat so we can get somebody good that will stay and that will help us knock it out of the park like we do for everything else. So thank you for all the hard work, really.
I am in agreement with all of everybody else and stuff. So I think to move that along, I would entertain a motion to make the Hy-Vee Event Center event lead position full-time starting as soon as we can find somebody.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Any other discussion?
Ryan, does that motion give you and staff flexibility on that salary range so that when you get candidates in, you can make?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
We're good.
I don't want to tie hands. I want flexibility in it.
Yeah, we will have that through we have a scoring rubric, and when we see things that need adjusted, we make those adjustments. So
Okay.
we're good. Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
Yep. I think getting some benefits involved will be helpful.
Yeah.
All right. Have a roll call, please.
Can do a voice vote on this one.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to the next item. Item 16, Resolution 2026-51, a resolution approving task order number 26-02 between the City of North Liberty and Strand Associates, Inc. for the Water Supply and Treatment Improvements Division 1 Well Number 7 conversion. We have a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. I
would just say that this project has 4 divisions. Division 1 will be bid here shortly, within the next 30 days, I believe. Divisions 2 through 4, you'll see a little bit later this summer. We've approved design for all of them. This is specific for Division 1's bidding and construction administration.
Thank you. Any other questions? It's been moved and seconded. Could we have a roll call, please?
Wason,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Fortney,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Great. Motion passes 5-0. Moving to item 17, Quick Star rezoning. As item A is second consideration of ordinance number 2026-06, an ordinance amending the zoning designation for certain property located in North Liberty, Iowa from IL Light Industrial District to C2 Highway Commercial District. Entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, and just kind of focusing on the rezoning. Any discussion? No. Roll call, please.
Fortney,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Leibold.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. And moving on to item 18, old business. Any new business?
Brian, I just looking at a very full calendar here coming up. A lot of graduation, so congratulations to all of our graduates in all of the area schools. Our Memorial Day full slate of programming that will be taking place on that weekend. Just get out and support our veterans and all the programming that's going on through our city. Including, don't forget Pork Tornadoes for the very first concert. Can't forget that.
I would take the opportunity. I was driving down Ranshaw Way, and off to my right, is a young person driving a scooter. I'm talking going the same speed as me, which was about 35 miles an hour, through multiple parking lots. I mean, it would literally take one person backing out before there would have been something disastrous happening there. It's really fun. I love seeing kids riding around and hanging out with their friends on the scooters. But if we could, just please wear a helmet. I know my own child has had that helmet save him twice on a scooter. And so please just wear the helmets, be safe. And we're obviously we'll be monitoring, what we need to do as far as, making sure those people are being safe on the electric vehicles.
The one thing I would mention is if people look at the packet, monthly department reports are all in there, and the staff has been doing an incredible amount of work. So always interesting to see what they're up to. Anything else? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
That's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?